every night on the Halos in the Infield Baseball Network.
Think about it. We'll get into everything that we're going to get into as we go along, but I got to rant real quick. But why would you throw out an inexperienced pitcher in a game you're still close in? And I don't care what the record is, you show up for a fucking rivalry game. But he's actually talking to him constantly. That is a sign of a really, really good coach.
It's the ToddFox Post-Game Podcast with your host, ToddFox.
Because the only thing I want to yell is, fuck! Hey, welcome into another episode of the ToddFox Post-Game Show here on Halos in the Infield. Hope your, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever day it is, Thursday is going well. Yesterday for me and today, long work days. I got in actually around the second inning of this game, so I missed a couple big plays in the inning, especially Adele's live bomb home run. I caught that via replay, but all in all, a good victory for the Angels again, and they did what they had to do. Again, when you play a team like the Chicago Cubs, who is not, who don't have the flashiest of lineups, don't have the best team, you got to beat the crap out of them. And if you're anywhere close to being a contender, you cannot be swept by a team like this. You got to be the one doing the sweeping. So it's good to see the Angels did the sweeping tonight. Got it done very unconventionally and not the way you would like for them to do, but hey, a win's a win. That's what I heard. It doesn't matter in the box score. But the Angels won 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. Chicago 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors. Now, you could say, Todd, I think you're a little skeptical and you're too critical on this team. They just came off sweeping the Chicago Cubs. Well, let me tell you what happened. Well, first off, let me tell you, 714 tickets, 10% off by just putting HITI in the Apply Now code. And you could use it for rock concerts, hip-hop, whatever you're into, sporting events over and over, 10% off. Just mention Halos in the Infield. You get 10% off, 5% off for another purchase, and in the running for this month's jersey. Now, also, let's see, what else do I want to get into? Also, check out Noble Brewing tomorrow. Also, they have specials tomorrow for the Halos in the Infield, and on Saturday, we will be live at Noble doing a broadcast there, remote there. You can meet us in person, and you can talk with us. We're going to be doing a watch party there, drink specials, games, and food for all there that come and show up. So please come down. Free parking if you're still going to the game. We're going to raffle off some tickets tonight, by the way. So stay tuned for that. We're going to give away some tickets, and we'll see if you guys can win those tickets here, courtesy of Halos in the Infield. I forgot to put it on the show earlier, but we're going to raffle off those tickets for tonight. So stay tuned. Also, tomorrow, instead of watching Apple TV and a shitty broadcast as usual, come join me, Dominic, and Fernando as we do the telecast live here from the studio as the Angels will take on the Mariners in Game 1, so that should be a pretty good watch. Check it out here on YouTube. We will be there covering the game for you. So, again, what am I so critical about the Angels tonight? Well, same thing we're critical about every night, Pinky. It's not trying to take over the world, but the Angels went 0 for 10. 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Yes, I said it. The Angels went 0 for 10. Oh, my God, dude. Not a good night to start off things, when you go 0 for 10 in this situation. They could have got a lot more runs. You saw early in the game, and I talked about it last night, which was we need to, Moniak had a good game. All these left-handers had a good game, except for Walsh, of course. So it was no problem having him sit out. But what happened, again, they had 2 men on at one point in an inning, and you had Ward coming up. Now, if you're a leadoff hitter, part of your job is to lay down a bunt. Part of your job is to sacrifice, hit the other way, things of that nature. Guess what? He strikes out. He pops out. He sucks, dude. Put down a mother effing bunt. Now, you saw what happened when they actually took advantage of stealing bases. Neto got an add-on run, and they forced the issue. They forced a bad throw because that's what happens when you steal bases. But the Angels are nimrods when it comes to doing things smart. It's philosophy. You do things ass backwards, and that's what they did tonight. And they killed themselves in a lot of situations, but the Cubs are so bad hitting that, again, their pitching stood up a little bit and kept this game far too close than what it should have been. Angels should have walked away with this one, and they didn't. Joe Adell's home run was nice. We'll get more into that as the night goes on because I'm sure everyone has an opinion on Joe Adell. He's like a lightning rod in the Angels fan base. You either love him or you hate him or you want him traded. And that's one of the questions here tonight. But, again, the Angels had multiple opportunities to put this one away. Ohtani looks terrible up there. He's doing the old Mike Trout Olay, letting a pitch go right down the middle and then swinging for one at his feet. He's continued that, and some people are saying, well, he has 16 homers and 42 RBIs. Okay, he could have 20-some-odd homers, and he could have about 60 RBIs. But guy is striking out way too much. He's too inconsistent right now. So enough about the bad, though. You know what I mean? They went 0 for 10. Don't focus on that, Todd. Well, then what did they do in the lineup? You sat one of your hottest hitters again, Moniak, who you're playing every other day, and then a guy who's king load management. Some of you call him Rendon. You say he has a bleeding vagina. There's all sorts of things that Angels fans have come out and said about Rendon. I'll just say this. This guy is load management with a capital L. I mean, you literally said he can't play. Erica Weston literally said last night he's not going to play an entire game. Urshela came in, filled in for him. And lo and behold, his pussy ass was on the bench again tonight. Versus a lefty, mind you. And I could see maybe philosophy saying, well, we need a righty in there or we need a lefty in there playing third. Maybe we'll put Renifo in there because Rendon, we're going to give him a night off since he's facing another righty. No, you had a lefty, which actually helps him, swing a little bit better, because righties have an advantage over lefties in theory and in the analytic world. So you would think you'd play him. No, can't do it. The old man, $38 million, needs another day off. He just came off the DL to play 7 innings just to get another day off. Boy, it must be nice doing absolutely dog shit and getting all kinds of money and getting paid for it. Actually, he's being paid to be our best sacrificer on the team. So keep that in mind. That's pretty awesome right there. So again, I'm trying to be optimistic, you know me, and I'll find some bad here and there, but I'll give a lot of praise. Like tonight, positives. Reed Detmers gets his first win, almost pitched to a quality start. So he pitched 5 2/3. Positive. Bullpen looks amazing. And you know what? We're going to start a Rick Ashley. When the bullpen does good, doesn't give up any runs, holds the lead, we are going to play this because I think we deserve this. This should be the Angels bullpen theme song when they actually get the job done.
You cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you.
So I think that should be the theme for him is Rick Ashley right there getting the job done. Angels do Rick Ashley things, and the bullpen holds on to a 3-1 victory. Not too much offense to talk about other than Adell's moonshot. He almost hit it to Jim. That was a long-ass home run that helped the Angels tie the game. Then Gio Urshela, I think, came through with the RBI, if I'm not mistaken. Let me get into the summary. Mancini's RBI. It was Taylor Ward on a sacrifice fly, made it 2-1. Then Zach Neto. Again, when you're actually stealing bases and moving runners, errors happen. Duh, stupid-ass Nevin. That's why you run the horses that you have. And he ran those horses. Ward would have beat the throw anyway. It bounced off his back. Neto was still at third base, and he heads up, ran home. Because I'm pretty sure Hasselman was like, hey, stop! And he ran through it anyway because Hasselman's a dumbass. But the Angels still win despite the stupidity of Nevin. And I like the way their defense played tonight. Trout was really fast to the balls out there in center field, making some nice catches. Adell even jogged out there for some reason, hopped a little bit in right field. Urshela was solid at third. Again, Walsh is Walsh at first base. I can't crap on his defense, but man, he can't hit the broad side of the barn right now. He's swinging terrible. And Ward's swings tonight were bad too. Although he had the sacrifice, he's still swinging flat and over the ball. So they're throwing a breaking pitch. He's swinging over the top, and he's hitting ground balls. Adell has a similar swing. So if you get Adell swinging high, he's got to make solid contact. If not, he's a ground ball waiting to happen too. So again, these are things that if Thames is making his money and actually earning his money, he's going to get Walsh to stop swinging over and swinging so flat. He's going to get Walsh to make any kind of contact, and he's going to help Adele stay up here by not always trying to hit the uppercut pitches, because he's going to get a lot of sliders down. He's not going to get that gift pitch that Miley gave him. And speaking of Miley takes the loss tonight for the Chicago Cubs. The win, again, I said, went to our boy, Reed Detmers, so that was good. Estevez got a nice save. We're going to go into the bullpen real quick because I think the bullpen deserves a lot of credit tonight. How about Soriano? Soriano's turning into a really good pitcher out of the bullpen. Soriano and Davinsky, man. Davinsky, an inning and a third, came in there with inherited runs, gave up nothing, got the ground ball right away. The only real threat the Cubs had all night. Soriano pitched an inning, got 2 strikeouts. His curveball breaking pitches look great. Estevez was 1, 2, 3. That's the kind of bullpen we need. And if they need to warm up against a shitty team like Chicago, I'm all for it. Let's warm them up again against Seattle, because that series with Texas is looming big right after the Seattle series. So you cannot shit the bed. Take it one game at a time. Beat the Mariners. And if you can take 2 out of 3 or hopefully sweep those a-holes, let's move on to Texas and try to establish ourselves back in this division, because, again, if you're able to split with Texas or take 3 out of 4 in Texas, and I know I'm moving ahead on here, I'm still sticking to my one game at a time mentality, but if they're able to sweep or get 3 out of 4 from Texas, let's just say they get 3 out of 4, that sends a message, and that gets us two more games in the standings. So hopefully Texas can start losing here some more, and the Angels can take more advantage of that. Let's get into the awards for tonight, the Stamos Award. I'm going to give this award to the John Stamos Award for Best Player on the Field to Adele, because we've been so hard on him, and again, he came through with a home run tonight that was pretty big. Wasn't clutch, wasn't the game winner, wasn't nothing like that, but it was a bomb. And hopefully for his confidence, he worked a walk later in the game. Hopefully this could be something that he moves forward on. He struck out on a questionable call earlier in the game, but other than that, I think he did all right tonight. I hope, I was under the impression we would not see him in an Angel uniform ever again. I really thought they were going to trade him, but due to circumstance, and there was no other outfielder to bring up, I don't think they think Trey Cabbage is ready yet. And I was surprised Fletcher wasn't brought up. But, hey, it is what it is, and if he can make the most of it right now, all it does is bring his trade stock up. As you know, they said 18 home runs for him is tied for the most in the minor leagues this season. Now, for the worst player on the field.
All the chips, all the cheese, all the refried beans, all the onion and tomato and the guacamole, all the beef and jalapeno and the sour cream, all the nachos.
Presented to you by the worst hitting instructor of all time, Paul Sereno. And for a guy's name that is Wisdom, he doesn't have much wisdom at the plate. Patrick Wisdom, the third baseman, although may be good at some point in his career, he's not too good this year. He's feast or famine. He's got 14 home runs, 28 RBIs. He's got a batting average of 197, and you know what else he has tonight? He has the hat trick. Yes, homeboy got the hat trick tonight. He struck out 3 times, and our boy Wisdom, with not too much wisdom, takes the L tonight for the Cubs. So the Cubs to get the loss tonight, the Angels improve, and as we look at the updated standings right now, because I know you want to see that already. The Angels are now sitting at 7.5 games back of the Texas Rangers. They've gained a game and a half in the last 2 days. While the Chicago Cubs sink even further into the abyss, they are 26-36. They have had rotten hitting all around, and we didn't have to face High Bellinger in this game, so that was awesome. We'll get into the pitching matchups and the stuff like that later on. Let's see what I'm gonna get into these comments real quick. Let's see, because we will be giving away a family 4-pack of tickets for for Saturday's game, which includes a freaking fireworks show, of course. So if you want to check that out, I would encourage you guys to what do you call it? What was I gonna say? I would encourage you guys to freaking play the trivia so you can get the four family 4-pack right there of tickets, courtesy of 714 Tickets. 714 Tickets. All right, let's get into the comments here tonight. Let's see. Ryan Gosselin says Galos won, but 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position, 11 men left on base. Brian says how sweep it is, Todd. We have our best pitchers going against Seattle next. I like it. The chair says Dell almost hit Jim with that homer. My God. They're saying no Cubs, no hey Chicago. What do you say? What did we lose today? Matty Matt says for all the hate on that Joe gets, y'all got to give him some love today. Adele trade value went up, light that baby up, and Reed gets his first win. So all in all, a good day. Let's go Angels. And today they get the sweep against the Cubs, and the Trastros lost again. We are winning the World Series this year. Just an option. You just earn yourself the first of the night. Also, bless me, Todd, for I have sinned. I bad-mouthed Adele before the game, but he did strike out, though. So he's still letting you know, hey, he did strike out. Great home run by Adele, ruined by the dopey bat ball kid giving out the DFA that kid. Yeah, he looks really, really dopey. I'm with you on that. They do need our boy back there. Just even if he's in street clothes, I want to see our boy Phillips over there giving away the hat there.
Wow, winning.
Also, let's see, Framber lost today. That's good. He doesn't lose against the Angels. That's a problem. Detmers was pissed being taken out. He wanted to finish the 6th inning. Nahman says team went 0 for 10. No bueno with runners in scoring position. Angels stole some bases this series. Was shocked. Yeah, maybe they finally figured out that they could steal bases, and that actually helps them win. Wow, imagine that. Angels also, after the game, I guess the Cubs are riding to the Cub booze. A win is a win, Halos Forever says. Absolutely. I don't think Apple TV is too shit tomorrow. Todd Wayne and Gooby is the game callers tomorrow just on Apple. I thought it was going to be shitty because they usually bring their own people in there, and man, they suck. But we'll still be rivaling them here in the studio. Rendon sucks, a.k.a. Steve Elise. Trading Adele would be a huge mistake, but it makes sense if the Angels want to make a run for the postseason World Series. Keeping Ohtani, ToddFox, would you keep Adele or trade him? If so, for who? Long answers right there, or short answers right there is I think if the Angels are smart, they trade Adele. If they're anywhere close in the wild card, you got to keep Ohtani, just ride it out. I think you're never going to get what you really deserve from him right now as far as trade bait and trade-wise. I don't think it's going to be there. I think you're the only one who said bleeding vagina. Don says that the game was infuriating. I mean, what the fuck? We should have blew these dudes off the field. How are we so bad with runners in scoring position? Because, Don, what happens is the other teams adjust. They say, okay, they got 2 men on, nobody out. Let's watch for the bunt. All of a sudden, they're like, wait a minute, they're not bunting. Let's bust these guys inside. They're not changing their approach. So by us not changing our approach with runners in scoring position, you have to. It's making it easier on the defense of the other team. It's giving easy outs because these morons continue to swing for the fences when you don't need to. And that's been the problem for a long time in the Angels, and it just continues. Sean says they sat Rendon because we already won the series. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I don't think he's the clutch guy. It's just like, dude, you don't need to sit him. You should play him. He's been off for over 2 weeks. Rendon needs to be in the lineup, but acts like a diva. He is a diva. Send Walsh back to AAA and bring up Cabbage. I think we should trade Adele with the Bat Boy kid. I don't care if we do anything for that kid. I'm good. Martin's like, I hate that kid. Let's see. Andel says, let's sweep the Mariners' next 7 wins in a row. And that can be. That can be if they sweep the Mariners. Now, do I think they're going to do it? There's a chance. There is a chance. But I don't know, man. I'm really trying to see if possibly I can get my inner Halo honk to believe that there's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Cubs remind me of how bad the Angels were last year. Don Hammond says, "I'm just happy that we didn't get swept by Houston, lost 8 straight, or be 2.5 back from them now." Don says also Walsh has to go through what is it? Walsh has to go down, though. He's been dead weight and a waste of the roster spot. He sure has. And I didn't even talk about Jose Soriano's. Jose Soriano's looked great since he's been up. Can we trade Rendon? And Dell says, or is asking, no, you can't. That contract is an albatross. We're stuck with him. Davinsky is a huge W. He is. That guy is, again, a reclamation project. He's a dude that, has worked his way back from multiple injuries, and you know what? It's paying off. Soriano has been solid through 3 games. He sure has. The chair says Davinsky doing well. Not bad for a spring training signing. Angels grandma checks in with Joe Adell is homegrown. He should be given an opportunity to stay up and prove himself. He is going to be a star. He hit the ball 451 feet. He killed it. Trade Walsh, trade Ward, keep Adell. Adell could be, and Adell could have that 5-tool thing. The one thing I've said about him, Angels grandma, is that he's a player that needs help mentally. He gets in his head too much. He believes social media too much. You got to get someone to work with him, because I guarantee you, if you can help him block all that stuff out, he will turn into that 5-tool player. I'm telling you. Feeling really good with our bullpen late and the latest additions. I am too. Little Wayne says the bullpen started out this year a bunch of junk ballers. Now with Davinsky, Bachman, Soriano, Joyce, Estevez, we have a power arm bullpen that can blow you away with pure stuff, except Loop. Exactly. Loop is the only flat tire in the bullpen. Sporting News says, can't wait for the play-by-play live stream tomorrow. Yes, that's going to be fun. Yep, those punk Rangers got 3 in Tampa Bay. I hope Tampa Bay sweeps them. That's a big series right there, Don. Adele getting the Stamos Todd is going to give your girl nightmares. Yeah, she's going to be upset with that. Estevez doing Estevez things. Better closer for the Angels than Iglesias. I don't know about that. I think Iglesias had that, he could put that fear in you. But Estevez is starting to just be like, I'm gonna grind you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna make you earn anything you get off of me, and I like that. He's your blue collar closer. I think Iglesias was more flashy and could be hit at times, but he was dominant when he was dominant. I think Estevez is just the same pitcher out there. He's like, all right, you know what I got? Let's see if you can hit it. And I love the fact that he challenges hitters. He's not afraid. He doesn't pick the corners. He doesn't nibble. He's just like, here it is. Try to hit it. And he's freaking awesome, dude. And 15 out of 15 already. A couple of you were saying, hey, he could make the All-Star game. And I was like, he could. But now I'm starting to ride with you guys. I think that he is going to make the All-Star game. I think he's going to sneak in. They're not going to use him as their All-Star guy to close, but I think he could be a 7th-inning guy for the American League. I really do. Agree with Angels grandma, trade Ward. But again, what are you going to get for him when he's hitting so crappy right now? And his swing is so flat. Brian also says it's time to trade or send down Walsh. He's just not as he was in 2021. So, get Cabbage up here. He deserves a shot. Again, he'll get his shot in September or earlier. They really like Cabbage. But dude, I mean, you don't want to bring him up too early with anybody. Chris Davis, like wisdom, yeah, that's for sure. Chris Davis was terrible at the time. Let's see. Also, Adele needs to be traded. Trastros got swept by Canada Blue Jays. Angels are going for that 14-game win streak. Oh, I like that, but that deserves a. Jack says Castillo versus Show tomorrow is a primetime matchup. Yeah, what a game that we're going to call right there. That's going to be huge, man. That's going to be a really, really good good game right there. Is we're going to be calling the Castillo and Ohtani game. So that one could be a 2-hour game. Real easy. I'm with you, Angels grandma, Adele, Moniak, Renfroe, and next year let Renfroe walk. Castillo versus Show tomorrow. Also, Angels. I already read that one. I'm with Angels grandma, who I was hope is doing well. Trade Ward, and I'll take it as a further package him up with Ohtani. Let's get a big return. Still gives us chance to make the run of the playoffs. That wouldn't be a popular thing. Let's see. Light that baby out. Shout out to the Adele haters. And Drizzle says Trastros got swept by Canada Blue Jays. Blue Jays are starting to get hot, and they're right there with us in that division. Adele needs to be traded. James and trade Adele. So James Malou is still part of that trade situation.
Tonight, it's time for you to check out what I want. I want balls and John Stamos.
Jacob says that kid is goofy as hell. He's agreeing with Marty. Fuck Rendon, get rid of him. Trotter here says, who looks more dopey, the ball boy, Theis, or Bellinger? I think they all look wasted, really.
Oh, gnarly! I know that, dude.
Basically this.
I'm so wasted!
Bro does look a little dopey, but seems like every Angels player loves and respects him. All that matters, truthfully. Yeah, you know what's funny? We all think he's probably dopey, but watch him be like the smartest dude. Like he got that job somehow, and he knows like super calculus. Yay, the Angels won, Anna says. Jacob Primos loves that broom. Stop saying that winning World Series shit after winning a few games. How about we make the playoffs first? Yeah, I'd like to just play one game in the postseason. Bunting might be boring, but the Halos need to play boring baseball at this point, Silent E says. Sean says, hit the Savage Garden. Hit the Savage Garden? I thought you liked this more. Well, maybe you're not going to tell a lie, but let's hit this. Well, Savage Garden is supposed to be for like depressing games where they don't come through, but maybe we have to play some Savage Garden because, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, I'm trying to avoid the strike. And by the way, I got an email from YouTube yesterday saying this is not a strike. But just be careful. Your video may not be able to be viewed in Russia. I'm like, oh, well, there's a hell of a lot of Angels fans that are in Russia. So F you, YouTube. Take this.
I'll be your dream, I'll be your wish, I'll be you.
Take that, Russia. He's going to be your dream. He's going to be your wish. He's going to be your everything. Fuck you, Russia. ToddFox will be going. I will be going to tomorrow's game with my brother versus Seattle Mariners. Well, hey, Jesus, come by on Saturday if you can. If not, check us out here. We're going to be doing that live tomorrow. I don't feel so good against the Mariners, so my expectations are low. Hope we win 2 out of 3 at best. Well, 2 out of 3 I'll take against the Mariners. A sweep we can do. The thing is, the Mariners have been struggling worse than we have with runners in scoring position. They really haven't had any consistent hitting, and their pitching has been up and down besides Castillo, who we're going to see tomorrow. Everyone else in that pitching rotation has been kind of ass cheeks at times. Dan says, even with Ohtani going tomorrow, Castillo is pitching for Seattle. We can't beat good pitching, and Show has been not the show like lately on the mound. He can't be throwing the sweepers tomorrow. Are you kidding? Rendon is a waste of a roster spot. He is worthless, Halos Forever says. I kind of agree with you right there because I'm tired of him taking a game, playing a game, even a half game now, or 3/4 of one, and taking a night off. What do we do when Matt Moore comes back? Well, hopefully DFA Loop, because that's got to happen. We even front seeing Walsh when he makes me depressed for some reason. His whole entire demeanor just seems to be awkward. Not someone I would want to drink a beer with type of vibe. Well, I think Hayes, he needs some mental help along with Adele. I'm not saying Adele's crazy. I'm not saying Walsh is crazy, but sometimes you need psychiatrists and people to help you out. Either you're going through things or you're taking things too seriously. Sometimes, like back in the day when I really cared about social media, someone would get on, I'd have like 30 comments of people being positive, and someone takes a shot at me or rips me in a certain way. It bothered me all day. I can't imagine what these athletes go through and find like 500, Adele sucks, or Walsh sucks tweets or freaking Instagram message. If they read that stuff, it could get to them. They're like, oh, this guy. That's our opinion as a baseball player. We're not saying as a human the person sucks. I want to make that clear. But we have our right to say what they say because they're paid to perform. They're performers in the end. They make money by playing a game for us. So yeah, if they're not holding up their end of the bargain, we have every right to boo. We have every right to say stuff. You just don't go personal and you just don't go racist. That's it. But everything else is left out on the table. So for me, if I'm putting my shoes or my feet in their shoes as an athlete, that would bother me because I'm imperfect and it would bother me with all the comments. So I'm not saying don't voice your opinion. I'm just saying you need to have people working for this organization to keep these guys straight and narrow and just be like, hey, man, when you're playing during the season, like, stay off of social media, like hang with your girl, hang with your family, talk with your friends, but stay off social media, because social media could be an albatross for these players, because it could drive them nuts. Even Rendon, who acts like a badass, said in the offseason, it really bothered me and my family. Well, then play better, asshole. And how about play back-to-back games? And how about stop getting injured? You literally took a ground ball off your inner thigh. Big whoop, and you missed 2 weeks. So, yeah, there I go, defending the players for about a minute and saying boo-hoo for them, and then I just ripped Rendon a new one. So, yeah, I'm kind of talking double talk right now. However, he is our best first baseman, and we need him here. Fuck! Yeah, Walsh can play great defense, but man, again, he can't hit the broadside of a barn. It's crazy because Trey Cabbage hasn't even made a major league debut yet, and he's 26. He's a late freaking bloomer. Hanky Panky says, need clutch hits, call up Squid. Suarez needs to come back. He's a Hanky Panky, I think you're being sarcastic, but I like it. I like it a lot because you got him.
These nuts. Got him.
Cubs fans are going to lose their wisdom and the deadline. Oh, that's hilarious. In both player and team. Fabio says we should trade Renfroe this year with Fletcher, but who one's going to get a expiring contract? Ryan Gosling says trade Nevin. I wish someone would take him. A lot of teams need outfielders who can hit with a rocket arm. Hopefully they don't see the runners in scoring position. Todd will be at 4 games in Texas. Pray for me, Ryan. Ryan says, well, I will pray for you. I will pray for you. But I think you'll be okay. Texas fans talk a lot of smack, but they're not Cowboy fans, so you'll be all right. Play the live versions. Who wins with Crispy Sock Award? I think your jokes win the Crispy Socks Award.
Crispy socks here, crispy socks there, crispy socks with some mystery hair.
Suck it, Putin. Also, JoJo, ToddFox on the radio. Haha. Let's see. Also, I had a version of me crying in the middle of the street while fireworks going off and the Angels winning Game 7 in World Series in 2023 after the sweep. Wow. Wow. Kiss FM right there. Sapphire says, our outfielders are stacked right now. How do you feel about Adele's defense in the outfield? Is he better than Ward? I don't know. Ward's looked a little fishy out there at times this year, although I didn't like the little horse trot right there by Adele in right field on that last fly ball. I would rather him just get under the ball and make a catch like a professional outfielder. That kind of stuff, the flashiness that he tries to do, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. If you're Bo Jackson and you're running up the damn side of the wall and you're throwing a 200-mile-per-hour fastball from right field or from left field to the first baseman to double someone off, then you could do whatever the fuck you want. If he wants to take off his belt, wave it around the air while he's camping under a fly ball, I'm all for it. But if you're doing that crazy stuff, you drop a ball or you're striking out and you're 1 for 14, yeah, you better play the game how it's meant to be played. I'm all for being flashy. I'm all for bat flips. I'm all for that. But you got to be consistent, and you can't be one of these guys that sucks with runners in scoring position. Walsh. Also, let's see, you get strikes for any music for copyright. Yeah, you do. And if you play more than 30 seconds, you're really effed. So that's why I try to play under 15. Is Walsh the new Squiddy Poo? He's working his way there, but he's got a long way to go. Squiddy Poo's still got the nice Squiddy Poo name. Loopy will get DFA'd when Moore comes back. Book it. I'll be at 3 games in Texas. Let's go, Angels. That's right. The Angels' grandma is making her Texas-Kansas City trip. So we should see her on Bally's when every 5 seconds they go to. You're going to see, a little advertisement for Jack in the Box or BK, and then you're going to see Angel's grandma in the crowd with her awesome jersey or her shirt saying Angel's grandma. And I don't know if her grandkids are coming, but she's definitely going to be there supporting us in Texas and in Kansas City. I'm glad a lot of you guys are. That's really cool. I'll be there next trip, though. I'll be in Texas with Fernando the next time. I think it's in August. We're going to go to a game right there. No Walsh legit. Walsh legit mental. Stooks over Disneyland. Let's see. Also, makes perfect sense. Todd Fox, Nats fan, says the Angels have a new mental health coach that is an ex ball player. Okay, well that's good. Well, he or she needs to do their job. Don says exactly. It's a good thing that with Cabbage, he had plenty of time to develop. And how did we get him again? Well, we drafted him really, really late. Sydney says we need Squiddy Poo. I'm way against you on that one. Also, Anna says
Emotional damage.
nice catch, Hayes. Never do that again. Cher says, and that's from a movie. Nice sweep, but we broomed a shit sandwich of a baseball team. I just can't get excited over these games we should win. Let's take 3 out of 4 from Texas next week, and I'll drink Rogers Kool-Aid. Well, see, that's the thing. If we can do our job against Seattle, which record-wise they're not too far behind us, but if we do our job against them and we go up against Texas and put up a better fight than we did in Houston, then that's a first-place team we beat, and we can actually be very proud of this team. Like, I'm happy they got this sweep, but I'd be very proud if they went into Texas and took 3 out of 4. Then Rogers' implosion right here would make sense.
Anymore. I just can't. And they can fire me if they want, but I can't sit around and listen to negative phone call after negative phone call. If you're a so-called Angel fan, if you're a Halo honk for life like me, then shut up with Sosha's gotta go. It's this guy's fault. It's that guy's fault. Forget it. Let it go. We got a lot of baseball left to be played, and the season starts tonight.
Exactly. The season starts tonight, guys. You'd be like 56 and 100, and he's like, the season starts tonight. Oh, Roger, how we love thee. All right, let's get into let's see. I need a really I need a really good answer here. Hold on, let me find one here. I gotta find a question here that you guys aren't gonna get right away. Let's see. No, that's not one you're gonna get. I need one that's kind of easy. That's gonna be kind of hard for you guys to freaking Google right away. So let me just see if I could find here a trivia question, because I want to give away that family 4-pack right here. Let's see. Let me see. That's gonna be too hard. No, that one's too depressing. I need a really good question here. Damn, these are really hard. That's what she said. Let's see. Jeez, these are some hard ass questions, dude. Because I'm not gonna give you Angels trivia. I think most people would know the. Okay, fine. I got it. I got one. Most people would know these. So here we go. Let's ask a question. Who wants to go to the Seattle Mariners Angels game this Saturday, the 10th? So again, if you're not able to go to the brewery and hang out with us at Noble, you can park for free and still go to the game. And you can actually park for free at Noble, walk 5 minutes to the stadium with free tickets courtesy of us. Isn't that cool? It's not going to be the 600 level. It's going to be the level that they pick. I don't know where the seats are, so I can't tell you offhand, but you will get a family 4-pack. So here we go. We're going to ask, not Angels trivia here. We're going to ask Chicago Cubs trivia. Let's go like this. Who holds the franchise single-season record for runs scored? It's not going to be multiple choice. Let's see if you guys can get it. Who holds the franchise single-season record for runs scored? The first one to get it right in the comments, you get the tickets. Let's see. I forgot to get the damn Jeopardy music. It's not Sammy Sosa. The first one in the freaking comments gets the... Nope. Not Sandberg, but that's a good guess. Not David Ross, not David Kingman, not Sandberg, not King Kelly. Someone from Chicago. I told you these are hard, man. I was looking through these and I could not find one right up. Oliver right there. Oliver Kikowa? I'm sorry if I'm killing your name right there, but you got it right. Rogers Hornsby. hit 380 for the Chicago Cubs in 1929. So, again, when Big Hammer was born. While recording 39 home runs and leading the league with 679 slugging percentage, his 156 runs. Damn, 156, that's almost a run per game. Scored, led the major leagues, and is still the team record. It'll never be broken. His 380 batting average remains the highest for a Cub since 1895. So, yeah, Hornsby was the guess right there. Everyone's Googling it. Oliver, okay, if you know us on IG, maybe just know us here on YouTube, but if you want to get the tickets, you have to message me personally, because some people have been trying to message me on Halos in the Infield and not gotten through if they're not either following us or just messages in general the first time through. If we don't see them, they're hidden. I don't know what kind of freaking settings we have on there. I have to look into that. But if you want to get a hold of me, it is literally this. I'll write it here in the comments, and then you can hit me up there. And then I'll have them send me your information, and we'll send you the tickets, man. They'll email them to you, and or they'll send them to your Ballpark app. I forget which one it is. So if you have the Ballpark app, that's probably the easiest way to do it. And 714 Tickets will send you those tickets for you and your family. So there you go. Congratulations. We have a wiener. So it's Todd underscore, or it's Fox underscore Todd underscore Heedy. And there it is right there, Oliver. So if you want to, it's right there in the message. If you want to hit me up, I will send you the information, or you send me your information, and I will send you those tickets. So, but if you don't claim them, Oliver, I might have to give them away to somebody else. So the quicker you can get them in tomorrow by 5, that'd be great, because then we'd have to re-raffle these tomorrow. I really want to get those away. There you go, Oliver. Yeah, just hit me up, and I will give your information to my girl over there at 714, and we will hook your family up with them tickets. And we're going to be getting more tickets for, I think, the next homestand, maybe a couple 4-packs to give away, so stay tuned for that. And again, like I said, we got a bunch of stuff going on here in Halos in the Infield, especially with tomorrow night's live show here, doing the broadcasting. Just turn down your goddamn TV if you got Apple. If you don't, we're going to have the live scoring, sort of if you were to watch it off an app, but you'll see our ugly mugs in the corner. And we'll be calling the game pitch by pitch all the way through, and then maybe be giving away a couple things. I'm trying to work in a couple gifts for everybody tomorrow. So there you go. Let's see. Also, Robert says, haha, Mr. Fox kid called you old without calling you old. Shut up, Robert. I knew you would catch that, if anything. Let's see. So, yeah, big win tonight. The upcoming schedule here in the probable pitchers, real quick, for your Seattle Mariners. Luis Castillo will go against Shohei Ohtani. We know Ohtani's record and what he's done. Luis Castillo was once sought after by the Angels, but of course he would go to Seattle because our boy over there knew we wanted him. But this year, so far with Seattle, he's doing his thing. He's got a 2.55 ERA. He's allowed just 6 home runs so far in 70 innings. He is 4-3. He hasn't quite got the run support that he did last year. So that is one thing to look at right there for him. They're also going to be throwing in Game 2 against Sandoval, Brian Wu. Brian Woo is making his second start of the year. He's 0-1. He pitched to just 2 innings in his last start, 7 hits and 6 runs allowed. So he was beat up a little bit in his only start against Texas. Texas took him to the woodshed pretty early. He's 23 out of Cal Poly, so he'll be making his first ever start here on the road. Or no, here in Anaheim, but he is one of their guys. He will be opposed by, I believe he's going to be against Sandoval, who's 3-5 on a 4-game losing streak. One of our hottest pitchers is going, though, in the finale, and that's Griffin Canning. Griffin Canning, who would have thought that he's one of our hottest pitchers? He'll be going up against Seattle's very own Bryce Miller, another young kid at the age of 24 out of Texas A&M. They brought him up because, again, their rotation's been blasted a bit this year. In 7 games with the Mariners so far this year, because he got called up in late April, he's 3-3, 38 innings pitched, 3 home runs allowed. He's got an ERA of 4.46. So that's a good start. Because, again, you got Canning lowering his ERA to around the same. He's pitched well in his last 4 starts. And then you got these 2 kids going after Castillo. So it drops off. So if the Angels are to have true success in this series against the Mariners. If they're able to take game 1, then there's a pretty good chance in game 2, if Sandoval just pitches to his capability, to a Mariners offense that is just as bad, if not worse than we are in runners in scoring position, even more inconsistent, we could be talking about a sweep come Sunday. But I'm going one game at a time because tomorrow's game is really big. John Valera says, let's trade Adele. He hasn't spent a full season yet up here in the bigs yet, and will he ever with the Halos? I doubt it. I'd trade him, and while we still can get value for him. And that's the thing. We still can get value for him. It's just, are we going to pull the trigger, and to whom? And I would like to say, let's try out Cincinnati. Cincinnati's got a lot of good talent. Only problem with that is they've been winning, and they've gotten themselves winning back into the freaking playoff picture.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there.
They have been winning here, and they have been winning there. And now the Cincinnati Reds are right back in the thick of things. They're only 4 games out, people. Oh, no, actually 5 games out, 4 out of the wild card. Pittsburgh is only a game back of Milwaukee, who's been struggling. Believe it or not, Cardinals are in last place. I love the Dodgers are a game and a half out. That's amazing. And I don't feel so bad about that Miami sweep now that they're only 3.5 back of Atlanta. They're playing much better baseball. I'm laughing my ass off about the Mets, though, being 8.5 out. Screw them and screw Epler. I hate Epler. That guy is a waste of a freaking GM. Let's see. Also, we need pitching. I still remember when the Red Sox series, then the Marlins. Yeah, talk about a fall off, Ryan, all the way. If you guys want to call in, 714-598-3221. We do encourage new callers, but it seems like a lot of people just like writing the comments. But 714-598-3221. I wonder if we'll hear from this guy.
I know that, dude.
Right on cue. It's the Halo Hotline.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going, Big Hammer?
We got the fucking seat. Let's go.
Wow, winning.
Hell yeah, we got the win, right?
And it's right before my graduation party tomorrow night, and so I might have to celebrate if we win tomorrow night with a little Shirley Temples.
Hell yeah, you're going to have a bunch of Shirley Temples for you and your friends, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Because we're going streaking right now. We've won 4 in a row, actually.
Sorry, we're going streaking through the quad and into the gymnasium. Come on, everybody!
It's awesome, man. I mean, oh, go ahead.
Hey, Todd, I went to the beach today, and there were so many girls, and there were so many asses hanging out. I was like, holy shit, so much was hanging out. Like, I could not stop myself from, like, looking over and be like, damn, she has a fat ass.
Oh, jeez. Boy, you've really ramped yourself up lately, because at first you were, like, innocent little Big Hammer or Little Hammer. Now you're Big Hammer. Now you're like, check out that girl's ass. Hell yeah. I think you've grown up in front of our eyes here.
Yeah. And so hopefully Sunday or this weekend I can go back down and be like, damn, she has a fat ass, and maybe get with one or something.
You know what? I'm getting very emotional because you're growing up in front of our eyes here, and I think I've played a part in that.
Yep. But we swept the cup. Oh yeah. I'll call him tomorrow night when Otani hopefully wins, and we start on Friday night on a good cue, and maybe I'll have some Shirley Temples afterwards, and go Angels, and damn, she has a fat ass.
All right, sounds good. Later, Hammer. Jeez, that came out of left field. Crank the Savage Garden. Why not? That's what Big Hammer sees or starts singing once he sees a girl with a fat ass. I'll be your wish, I'll be your... John, I will not be there tomorrow. We'll be calling the game here from the studio here on YouTube. But Saturday we'll be at Noble. So if you go to the game, stop by before or stop by after, and we'll be doing trivia. We'll be playing games. We'll be drinking. We're going to do a watch party there too. I'm going to try to get to either Sunday's game or the next homestand. It's just I started a new job. I'm working officially for FedEx, and they got me working some hella hours right now. So my days off now have moved to Monday and Tuesday. Ooh, thank goodness for that. So my weekends are kind of shot right now, but I do have that July 1st off. I'll be Honky the Clown, the Halo honk, on that Saturday for the freaking, what do you call it? The tailgate, the big tailgate. So again, if you guys haven't bought your tickets yet for the tailgate, I implore you to do so, because they're going to go fast, because everyone likes waiting to the last minute. But on June 25th is a cutoff date to win those tickets, and I'm telling you, you get freaking all the food, the tacos you can eat. We're going to have endless supply of the nachos, the helmet nachos. You got to bring your own beer, though, but we will have some sodas and stuff like that, little drinks there. And then you get Thunder Sticks, you get the freaking Halos in the Infield shirt, and then obviously the Angels will be giving away the Trout and Ohtani together bobbleheads with the beach background. So check that out. Get your tickets. $55 gets you all that. And then we're going to be over at Noble afterwards, because the party will start the tailgate around 2 o'clock. We'll tailgate all the way to 5. And then so everyone has the opportunity to get into the stadium, find their seats, get all their stuff. And it will be in section 237. We're going to take over the whole section with 150 fans. And then Noble is afterwards, after the game, and the fireworks. You can choose to stick, watch the fireworks. You can come over to Noble. We'll still be there after the fireworks, doing the post-game show live and probably giving away some more stuff there too. So we got a lot to do for the Halo family. I'm telling you, that's going to be one of the biggest nights of the year. And we've got some more announcements coming up too, as far as the page goes as well. Ezra says, let's keep the wins going. Congratulations on your new job. Thank you. It's Gooby Tuesdays, Eric Ward. I've been trying to get him on, but he's been, what do you call it, a little tough to get a hold of lately. Might be because of all our criticism, maybe not. I don't think he listens to the show that much unless someone whispered in his ear, but we're still working on getting Gooby here. He did say he was going to join with us on a pod and also on a couple call-ins, because what I want to do is get him to call in, and then you guys dictate where the show goes. Ask Gooby questions, you know what I mean? So we're trying to get him to call in. Remember, he called in like 5 or 6 times last year. So we're going to try to get him on again. Dan says, I have an extra ticket tomorrow. So I don't know if you're giving that away, but but if you are, Dan, or you're selling it or want someone to join you tomorrow, I wish I could. But I can't. I'll be here. I made a prior engagement to be here with our boy Dominic. As far as let's check in on the poll here. I want to see how it's up to right now. So the poll question was, what do we do with Odell? Let him stay up is at 44%. Send him down says 10. So no one wants to see him sent down, because I think everyone can agree, whether you love him or you hate him, he's proven himself like as a 4A guy. There's nothing left to do down there. So it's time to move him up, right? So 47% is agreeing with the trade. So that was pretty close. The trade thing is much is just barely ahead of letting him stay up. So the problem with that is you're taking away, if you let him stay up and you have no intention of letting him start, you have a chance for him to get back into some old techniques, some old bad habits, whereas he was grinding every day for Salt Lake. So, I mean, if you're going to let him, if you're going to bring him up, you got to let him play. So I think if he's gone for the series, meaning Renfroe, and Renfroe comes back for Texas, on the maternity leave, he sits out the Seattle Mariners series, I would say play Adele every game. Play him every game. And sit Ward, play Moniak along with him and Trout, and see what you get out of it. And if he's 1 for 14, you kind of know what you got. If he kind of comes up there and he goes 6 for 10 or 5 for 10 or even 4 for 10, I'd be like, hey, that's kind of a win. 4 for 12, that's still a win. You're still hitting at about a 333 clip. So let's see. I say play him. I don't say sit him. Play him for those 3 games. I don't care if they're facing a righty. Don't care if they're facing a lefty. You want your shot, bro? Now you got it. And then send him right back down when Renfroe comes back. And that's not a freaking slap in the back of the head. That's more like, hey, man, you did your shit up here. We're still thinking if we're going to keep you or not. But look, you raised your stock. And you know what? If it doesn't work here in Anaheim, which I hate to see it not work, but it's leaning that way, I wish nothing for the best for Ardell. And I think he can get it somewhere else. I think he really can get the help that he needs, whether it's a hitting instructor, whether it's someone mental health. And I guarantee to you just what happened to his boy in Philly with Marsh. I really think Adele can flourish somewhere else. I really can see him playing in Cincinnati. I can see him taking a spot this year in the outfield with McCutchen in Pittsburgh. I could see him in Miami. There's a lot of places where I think a low-pressure situation for him would do wonders. And a really good staff that pays attention to their players, unlike this one, would do wonders for him. And you watch, he'll turn into that player that we all wished he would be here, and then we're going to be like, damn, I wish he stayed. And unfortunately, I'd rather have that happen as long as he doesn't go to a rival like the Dodgers or anyone in the American League West. I'm good with him going just about anywhere else. And if he succeeds, I'll be happy. But it'll just make me look at this organization with more distaste because I'll be like, dude, we had that guy. And we couldn't fix that guy. And yeah, we got something back for Marsh, but we had that guy. And we couldn't fix that guy. And someone else gets to reap the benefits. And that's why I think it's going to happen with Adele. I doubt he's going to be a 4-tool player with somebody else or a 4A guy. Let him play and see what he got, Ezra says. What if Little Wayne on here is actually Wayne Randazzo and he's whispering into Gooby's ear about what's going on in Heaty's Gang podcast? That would be something. Nats fan says they said Renfroe will be back Saturday. At least that's the plan for now. I would give him the weekend off, but thanks, Nats fan. She's jumping in with all kinds of information. That's what she does. But I would say, though, still, I would play him through the weekend, man. Renfroe's had a tough go at it this month anyway, or at least last month. Eric says Adele has been more upside than Ward. He's a better athlete. Dude, I will say this one thing, Eric, that he by far is a better athlete. And I think even his swing is a little bit better than freaking Ward's. I think Ward is just too flat. And he, pitchers have figured him out. And there's still that what if with Adele that he could just go on a tear. We haven't seen it yet, but then again, remember how early he was called up. Remember how many times he's been set up and down. So, I think that's hurt him. It's not a coincidence that a lot of these players, unlike the pitchers we've been getting, for some reason the pitchers have been working out that Manassian's been drafting. And I think it's because of the traits. But Epler was his Adele's guy who drafted him, a GM. And I think what it is with Adele is, again, he wasn't able to marinate down there, and take his time working through the minors. He was called up a little too early. Too many times, sat back down. Like, again, I hate the notion of what they did to Theis last year, too. Theis was raking in Salt Lake, and they brought him up just to ride the bench. I thought that was the dumbest shit you could do. Let him continue to hone his craft. But credit to him, again, he came through, and look what kind of year he's having this year because he had to go through the struggle. Some people, although we think Theis is high all the time, are mentally strong. And I think mental health is a huge thing in baseball. And I think if you can handle your shit and you can handle the stuff that life throws you, including the extracurricular from sports and social media, then kudos to you. Those are the players that succeed. I mean, he could look like a Greek goddess, or a god, as far as Adele, as far as, tone, he could look like he could be a wrestler. But if you don't have the mental health, I mean, you're not going to hit. Ward looked like the second coming of Jesus, just facially. Now, I'm not trying to be, anti-religion or nothing. I'm just saying, or is it sarcastic to religion? I'm just saying he had that Jesus face, and you're thinking, oh man, this guy can't do no wrong. But then he kept whiffing, and then Philly fixed him. So I mean, again, these guys look like athletes, and now they're playing, or at least Marsh is playing like it. Adele was playing like it when he was in AAA. But can he turn the page and make it work here in the majors? And that's the big what if. There's still a what if about him. And I think, again, it's going to be one of those things where we're going to be kicking ourselves. I wish we kept him, but the organization didn't do the right things to help him grow as a player. And I think that's happened with a few players in this organization. And Ward might be another one of them. Walsh, those guys are clearly in a funk. They clearly need some one-on-one time with a hitting coach and with a mental coach. They really, really do. And the fact we haven't seen it yet is pretty depressing. Nats fan says they only get 3 paternity days off unless complications. Okay, Renfroe might get the dad power or start kicking his ass. Ryan says, Ohtani, please don't perform like Syndergaard tomorrow. You're due for a shutout. I would love to see that. And Eric says, and why the fuck was Ward batting leadoff still? Because that is a Nevin thing. Again, don't question the genius. Philosophy clearly states, if it's broke, we keep riding it till it's on its rim. If it's, if it's not broke, we're going to try to fix it. And that's what Nevin does. He tries to reinvent the wheel. Again, a leadoff guy is supposed to be a guy who works walks, gets on base, has good at bats, makes contact, and when you ask him every now and then to either steal a base or walk or I already said that, or sacrifice, then that's what a leadoff guy does. He sets the table. He doesn't go up there, strike out, or just do a lazy chopper to third base or shortstop every time. That's a guy, again, who was given an opportunity tonight to bunt with runners at first and second and nobody out, and he pops out. That's a waste of an out when you got Ohtani behind you at number 2 now and Trout right behind him. You're just wasting an out and setting those guys up, and those guys haven't been clean as a whistle either. They've been very inconsistent. Some nights it's like, hey, Trout's back. And then sometimes it's like, all right, Ohtani, hell yeah, that's the Ohtani I know. And then we're right back to swinging and missing, helmet spinning, Trout striking out on a fastball. So, again, we take 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Again, Moniak should have played tonight. I don't care if it's against a lefty. We don't know what he can do against a lefty because you won't give him an opportunity. Every time he gets hot, Nevin's like, nah, ride the bench, asshole. It's so stupid. It really is so stupid. You're never going to be able to get the best out of Moniak. I mean, do you see the Phillies sitting Marsh just because they're facing a lefty? No, Marsh plays every day. That's what you got to do. You can't be doing it to these players. And Nevin has this stupid mentality of, he pitched yesterday. Estevez threw 15 pitches. He can't pitch tomorrow. Why not? He only threw 15 pitches. That's so stupid. But that's our organization. The only good thing is we've now got power arms to where we don't need Estevez back-to-back. But what if we do? What if he is our guy to get 40 saves? We'll never know because he can't pitch every day. Other teams use their guys 2-3 nights before they sit them, and that's how it should be. We don't do that. And we're starting to do that with our lineup. I mean, are you kidding me? Oh, Rendon, you played 7 innings. Sit down. You might get athlete's foot. And then today he's like, take a day off. You've been working too hard. You just came off the DL. The hell, man? Renfroe will be back in the lineup before he's back. It's just so sickening and maddening sometimes because I know as much as I hated, speaking of Madden, up here, I never liked Madden either. Now he's gone. Nevin's accepting some of his ways. It's like, okay, I get it. You like to smoke pot too. That's great. But don't make the players lazy with it. Give them some CBD, some gummies to relax them. They'll be fine. They'll get out there and they'll hit the ball. Give them some structure, some discipline. This is what that team needs, man. It was like, you struck out 4 times the other night? Run your ass around the entire warning track and around the backstop. Do shit like that. Do you know Pee Wee Reese used to do that with some of the players? Pee Wee Reese, one of the old special advisors, hitting instructor, was with many baseball teams, the LA Dodgers, Los Angeles Angels, was with it. His numbers retired. His numbers retired up there. Everyone's like, who's Reese? Well, that coach was like in his 90s and I think in the 90s. And he was still out there just barely, hanging on and still helping these young kids. And he would make them run laps. He would make them run laps if they did shitty. We need someone like that. Teach these guys some freaking structure, man. Let's see. My QBA1 says, not sure how the scoring works, but how does Ward's sacrifice fly not count as 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position? Because you didn't get a hit. You didn't get a hit. A hit is a solid hit. The sacrifice is a sacrifice because in the end, I mean, you don't really. I mean, you still get the 0 for 1 or whatever. I think no. Sometimes you still get an 0 for 0, but it's a sacrifice and an RBI. You get the RBI on it, but you didn't come through with a hit, and that's what it's all about. Let's see. Also, Adele with the Dodgers career would be equivalent to Yordan Alvarez in Houston. Watch that happen, though. That'd be scary. Javier says they need to play Mickey, Trout, and Adele for at least 2 games in this series. I agree. When did I get this good? Hey, Bellinger, where's my weed? Thice. Eric says Nevin can't spell leadoff alone. Write up a consistent and intelligent batting order. It's true. Trouter here says I've been watching Adele's home run. I'm happy for the guy. He seems like a good dude, and I'm sure he wants to play well. At least he gives a shit, unlike Rendon. Also, Rendon should have a Charmin on the back of his jersey because he's soft as it. At this point, it seems like Nevin wants to be the hottest angel in the field. Nevin should be a refrigerator company name, always keeping things cold and fresh. I like what you did right there. That's pretty good. That is pretty good because, he does have some issues. He reminds me of one of those plumbers with, obviously his butt crack showing, and he's under your sink, and he's all, yeah, it's going to be taking one of them doohickeys. I got to go to Home Depot. That's going to cost me about $58 plus the labor, and I got to go into the pipe and get that hairball out, and then you got some conjunctivitis in your pipe outside. I'm going to have to rip a hole through there. Like, he's just obviously bullshitting you, thinking you don't know what you're talking about while looking at you with that face, like puckering his lips. So I think that's what Nevin reminds me of. He reminds me of a crooked plumber. Let's see, Jimmy Reese. But his nickname was Pee-wee, right? It was Jimmy Reese, but his nickname was Pee-wee. I may be wrong on that. Dominic says, Todd, how sweep it is. Looking forward to tomorrow's momentum going into the game versus Seattle, especially for the live stream. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well, Dominic, and I'm hoping I'm getting more rest tonight because after this one, I'm gonna knock the funk out. I took a little nap and it felt like 2 minutes. Let's see. Fake child will be born in the next 30 seconds. Oh, geez. Eric Ward says, I think it's time for some more Savage Garden. I think that's what I meant. Oh, okay. So you mean you want more of this?
Be everything that you need. I love you more with every breath.
Just the way he walks into the camera. It's, I love you more with every breath. It's like he's singing with his shoulders. His shoulders are going back and forth. I swear that is the funniest video, dude. That is true rock right there. Eric loves it. Rendon watching all the Pornhub mix. Oh, jeez. The chair says Pee-wee Reese was a Brooklyn. Oh, okay. Aliens in Vegas right there. Trotta here says, and that's not a song. That's actually someone that called the police for an alien sighting. So people just keep getting smarter over there in Vegas. It's all the sun. It's all the sun. Let's see. It causes them a lot of
emotional damage.
Oh, I love Charlie Murphy. Oh, R.I.P. Charlie Murphy. I swear to God. That guy was hilarious. Very underrated. If you've never seen any of his stuff, Charlie Murphy on Dave Chappelle's show was some of the funniest skits you'll ever see, dude. It's awesome. Awesome stuff. He died rather early. He looked just like Eddie Murphy, dude. Like to a T, man. What is it called? Hold on. Stooks over Disneyland. Oh, Stook is over Disneyland. That's right. I misspelled it. I put Stooks. I want to play that here for my boy right here because it's Happy Birthday. I'm probably gonna get another fake strike again. So it's all your fault. It is all your fault. Let me get into the lyrics. Stuka's over Disneyland. There you go. Let's see. Also, Charlie was awesome on Chappelle. Yes, he was. Let's see. Anna says, my boyfriend, Grill Master, and I are going to the game on Saturday. Well, you need to come over and get a drink afterwards. Okay? You need to come over and get a drink at Noble so I can meet your girlfriend, Grill, and Grill can talk about how he grills with propane or he grills with charcoal, because a lot of people are calling him out for that. I don't know why, but they are. Florida took game 3 in overtime tonight. Also, Stevie Wonders makes me happy. Let's see. Jacob says, oh, Lord, Grill Master's lady is in here. Sorry, I will be nice to Matt. Well, there you go, and congratulations. But definitely come out and say hi. I hope all you guys, or most of you guys and gals, can come out on Saturday, and you guys can enjoy our little telecast here tomorrow, because that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I had a long day today, Mateo. 12 hours. 12 freaking hours. That's probably Gromester, 2 separate accounts. Yeah, you guys are wrong. Let's see. I don't want to have a drink. I don't want to drive home with a drink in the system. Also, Todd, it's a gas-powered grill. You bitches. Hey, listen, Grillmaster. That's why you have your girl drive for you. You enjoy a nice drink, and then you have her drive home. See, I'm not going to drive home. I'm going to be plastered, dude. So I'm going to need someone to drive me home, and that's why I got my girl for it. Not for that specific reason. Oh, shit. Shouldn't have said that. But she will be assisting me home. Results of the game that my team played are not final yet. Oh, he's in the middle of the game right there. City Connects are sweet. Yes, they are. You'll see a lot of those tomorrow. I might have mine on, and then you'll see some Saturday at the brewery. So, again, the next games are winnable. Against Seattle, so hopefully they can take care of business. You got a 6:38 start on Friday. Saturdays is a 7:07 start. Sundays is a 1:07 start. And then the Rangers' big series are all 5 o'clocks, all 4 of them in Texas. And then Kansas City is a 5 o'clock, a 1 o'clock Saturday, 11 o'clock Sunday. So 2 day games. And then those hated jerk-offs from the north on Tuesday arrive here in Anaheim. So everyone bring your bulletproof vest, bring anything that can protect you, right out your wheels before the games, because Dodger fans and the Smurfs and Raider Nation is infiltrating Anaheim once again. They will be literally, the Bud Light Pavilion will be all Dodger fans, and we all know why. And not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, they're entitled to drink too, but I just didn't know that was a thing. But to Dodger fans, it is. And then we got the Rockies after, and the Sox. So a potential right before the July 1st series with the Diamondbacks to rip off some wins. And if we can take care of the teams that are below us and put up a really good fight against Texas and the Dodgers, who knows? We could be within striking distance by the All-Star break or even the freaking deadline. Who knows? Texas Rump Rangers, damn Smurfs, and let's see, his birthday bash is right there. Bastard Dodger fans. Exactly. I will fight the Dodger fans that want to talk shit straight up. Well, you know what? I wouldn't do it because, again, you'll get shot. They make guns and weapons out of everything. You just can't trust them. They fight each other. I mean, come on. Enough said right there, right? All right, so it's come to about that time. Again, I've reminded you enough about the 9th and 10th. And then also, please get those tickets for the first. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it if you go. Those are some prime tickets right there, courtesy of 714 Tickets. And we'll catch you guys tomorrow on here in the live feed. Hopefully you guys enjoy our little telecast. We'll be calling Pitch by Pitch. Everyone have a good rest of your night. And let's go streaking for another win, and go Angels.